Alright, what is going on, dudes? My name is Lotto13. I'm your coach for Kansas City Nidokings, and today, for you guys, I have our DBL Season 3 Week 2 team prep for the Chicago Cubchoos, coached by my turkey sub. That took me so freaking long to do. I tried it like 4 times. Anyways, I'm going to be explaining the team that I built to counter his. Alright, if you remember our last week, it did not go very well because I made a very stupid play late in the game. And I'm mad about that, but you know what? I'm hoping to redeem myself. Now, I've actually prepped twice for this guy. Not just in this, but I was helping Jedrick prep, because this is his week 1 matchup. And I'm not sure, I don't think he's had it as to this point, so I don't actually know what his record is. Either way, I've actually had to prep twice for this guy, and it's not that bad. So, you know what? He's got a pretty threatening team in Mega Venusaur, Keldeo, Weavile, Alakazam, Blissey, Gastrodon, Metagross, Durant, Flygon, Ampharos, and Magmortar. So, very hyper offensive team. He's got a couple great, a great wall core in Blissey and Gastrodon. He's just got some really difficult Pokemon to deal with, and not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to prep for his team with mine. So anyways, we're gonna be leading off with the man, the myth, the legend, our captain, Ravager, repping him every day. We are rocking Close Combat, Earthquake, Quick Attack, and Return with a... Wait, why did I do that? Didn't I mean to do Earthquake? Okay, I thought for a minute I was running Earthquake. I am running Earthquake. What move? I think I dropped Knockoff. Never mind. Excuse me. So, running Close Combat, E-Quake, Quick Attack, and Return with a Jolly Nature, Max Attack, Max Speed. Pretty much Close Combat hits everything on his team except for that Venusaur and the Alakazam, I believe, for at least neutral damage, and it's just a nice move. It'll wreck the Blissey if I have to sit in on it. I'm pretty sure, like, Return would do a ton of damage to it anyway. E-Quake is for, like, you know, the Mega Venusaur hits in neutral. I mean, it's a safe play all around. The only thing that is immune to it would be that Flygon, so, pretty much, Earthquake, I almost said Gastrodon. Earthquake is a pretty decent all-around move. Quick Attack is to maybe outspeed something. If he decides to go Weavile and not Scarf it, actually, Weavile outspeeds me even without Scarf. So Ice Shard from a Weavile, I'm not sure would one-shot me because of my base 120 defense, but it do a lot of damage. I mean, in that situation, I probably wouldn't even go Quick Attack, but Quick Attack's just a nice move. I don't have anything else that I really need to put on it, and then Return, because it's I think one of the most powerful stab moves that you can have on a Mega Pinsir. Thrash is pretty freaking good, but I don't really want to get locked in, considering it's a couple Steel types. So, yeah, we're running Max Attack, Max Speed with a Jolly Nature, so I can be as quick as possible and hit as hard as I can, because this thing is a monster. Last game, this thing should have swept half his team, but I screwed up hard, and I'm still kicking myself to this day. Alright, next, before I continue with our next Pokemon, I want to mention a free agent transaction. I dropped Cloyster for Swampert, because Swampert is more of the bulky water type that I wanted, and I realized I didn't give this thing an item. I'll have to deal with that, and this thing really fit the bill. It can't learn Rapid Spin, which does suck, but at the same time, that's okay. And from now on, I'm naming all my Dofoxes Cassie. That may not really matter to you guys, but as of recording this on June 30th, I had to put down my 13-year-old Golden Lab mix, whose name was Cassie. And she's probably the best dog that we've ever had. So, that's kind of what's been sticking in my craw recently. And I'm naming all of my Delphoxes after that, because she is on my DBL team, and hoping she'll kick ass. Now, we're going to be moving on. We have Azura the Azelf. I didn't really have a name I wanted to give Azelf. I don't remember what the Azelf that is in my ORAS game is named, but I decided to name it Azura because, you know, I love Fire Emblem Fates, and I've been playing a lot of it. I played half a Conquest and all the Birthright. Anyways, we're rocking a Scarfy with Power Punch, U-Turn, Zen Headbutt, and Knockoff. So this thing is just hyper offensive. The Choice Scarf, if he doesn't Scarf any of his Pokemon, then Azura will be the fastest mon on the field. Power Punch is just it works pretty well. I'm not sure anything except for the Alakazam and the Mega Venusaur resist it. Nothing does. It's a safe play that also gets me a +1 attack, which is not bad at all. We're rocking U-Turn, so if I want to do a pivot, I can do a lot of damage to everything on his team. The only thing that resists it are the Durant and the Magmortar, I believe. Zen Headbutt, it's a very powerful stab move. It'll hit anything on his team hard. Alakazam and Metagross are the really only resistances to it. And, I mean, Weavile is immune. Still, Alakazam won't want to take it. Metagross will take it pretty decently. And, I mean, Durant will resist it, but at the same time, Durant doesn't want to retake it from this thing. Then we have knockoff, so if he has the Blissey out there or something like that, or if I want to just knock off and get rid of, like, I don't know if it's a Scarf Flygon or something like that, get rid of its Scarf or something. It's just, knockoff is a decent move. I didn't really have anything else that I really wanted to put on Azura, so I decided to go for knockoff, and I feel that it'll turn out well for us. We're rocking max attack, max speed with a Jolly Nature, just for the same reason as Ravager. Want to be as quick as possible, and want to do as much damage as possible. And this, it's going to be like, I don't know what the actual stat will be when it's down to level 50 in the battle, but it's just, this thing's going to be super quick. Next up, we have Niwer the Steelix making his first appearance for the team. We actually have 4 new appearances in this match, so very nice. You probably don't know why I named it Niwer. This microphone is a Niwer microphone, and it is gold. And I didn't really have a better name for Steelix, so I decided, you know what, we're just going to name it Niwer. So, rocking leftovers with Sturdy, Crunch, Equake, Stone Edge, and Stealth Rock. So, this thing is my defensive wall. Nothing really touches it on the physical side. Obviously, on the special side, he does have a couple of threats. Mega Venusaur, if it ends up being special. He's got the Weavile with an... Well, I mean, Weavile's physical, never mind. Alakazam, if it decides to bring Energy Ball, unless it wants to go for Hidden Power Water. I think that's probably the only thing it can do. Gastrodon with Scald. Metagross, if it ends up being a special set. I mean, on the special side, this thing is obviously not something I want to leave in, but it'll be a nice physical wall. Crunch is for the Pokemon like that Alakazam. The Metagross, you know, nothing resisted on his team, except for the Weavile and the Keldeo. So, it works out pretty decently against this team, as nothing wants to swap into a Crunch. Equake, because it's the most powerful stab move this thing gets, I think. Don't quote me on that, I may be wrong about that, but nothing on his team except for that Flygon does resist it, and the Flygon is obviously immune because of Levitate. And then Stone Edge, because I didn't really need a Steel-type move on this thing, and Stone Edge, once again, I think it's the same thing, except for it's not super effective. It's not very effective against the Metagross, and I believe that is it. I mean, maybe it's not very effective against the Keldeo, but at the same time, Keldeo doesn't want to take it. Stealth Rocks is just to get out my rocks and get some switch damage on his team, because he's got a couple Pokemon that are weak to rocks that I'd like to get that in, such as, you know, the Magmortar or the Blissey, help wear that down. Weavile takes 25%, so that's my idea with that. And we're rocking max defense with 148 in attack, 52 in HP, and then 56 in special defense, so by chance I can live a special hit from something. I do have Sturdy, so I can take one attack, you know, at the very least. But I am kind of running things weird just because I want to have a little bit of investment in the other bulks, because, I mean, 85 attack at with 148 AVs, I mean, this thing will do a lot of damage either way. And this thing is an incredible defense stat, so this thing is going to be an insane physical wall. And I don't remember what's my special wall if I have one. I may need to pick up a special wall. We'll see what happens. But that is Niwer. We're also rocking Adamant Nature to do more damage. Next up, we have Cassie. So, Cassie the Delphox, we're rocking the Expert Bell, Magician, Flamethrower, Psy Shock, Hidden Power Fighting, and Grass Knot. Flamethrower is a very nice stab move, and it hits the Mega Venusaur for super effective damage, even though it'll be reduced by Thick Fat. I don't believe anything but that Magmortar and the Keldeo and the Gastrodon actually resist it. I mean, I suppose the Flygon, but the Flygon doesn't really want to take it. So, Flamethrower will be very, very nice, especially from this thing. Psyshock, because of that Blissey, it's a nice stab move, and obviously hits Blissey on the physical side, which is very, very nice. Hidden Power Fighting is good against, you know, the Weavile. It's good against the Blissey, even though it won't do too much damage to the Blissey just because Blissey is a special wall. It does decent damage to everything else, and the only Pokemon I believe that resists it is Mega Venusaur and Keldeo, so not too bad. And then Grass Knot, because if I can use Grass Knot on the Gastrodon or something else, you know, even that Keldeo, it'll do a pretty decent amount of damage to the Keldeo, but the Gastrodon I'm pretty sure would get one shot by the Grass Knot, especially with Expert Belt. So we're rocking max special attack, max speed with a Timid Nature, 4 in HP, just because I didn't really know what else to put it in. This thing will be very, very quick. It does outspeed Pokemon like that Flygon if it's not Scarfed. It outspeeds a decent amount of his team, so it's not too bad in the slightest. I don't know if I made a special wall for this team, and that may be my issue. We'll see what happens, but I believe if Cassie once again can get into a good place, then we're good. Next up, we have Joshy, the freaking whatever you call it, Swampert. This thing doesn't have an item. I need to give it an item. I'm probably gonna run leftovers. We're running Torrent because I'm not really scared of anything, you know, exploding on me. I think maybe one of his things can get explosion, but you know what, it's all good. We're running leftovers with Ice Punch, Waterfall, Earthquake, and Stealth Rocks. This thing is a offensive monster. It'll do a pretty decent amount of damage. The Ice Punch is, I think, it's super effective against the Flygon. Obviously, a couple Pokemon on his team do resist it. The Mega Venusaur will take, I think that Thick Fat has the damage taken, so I mean, it'd be non-super effective anymore. We're rocking a Waterfall, just because Waterfall is a very, very nice stab move. Only the Mega Venusaur and Keldeo, I believe, on his team resist it, and the Gastrodon does not resist it, but it may have Storm Drain, so I need to be very careful about that. E-Quake, because it's a nice stab move, and obviously, as I said earlier, hits everything but the Flygon for at least neutral damage, and the Stealth Rocks just in case Niwa is unable to get them up. This thing has a little more bulk in it, as I did put more special defense in it. I did not max out its attack and max out its HP and put a little bit of special defense, so this thing is probably going to be my special wall, considering, like, wall, like, used lightly, but, you know, I think that Joshy will work out well for me, and if you don't know why I named him Joshy, obviously, Super LP Bro. And anyways, we're working at him in nature so I can do more damage. So, that's pretty much all for Joshy. And finally is Francisco making his debut, or her debut, whatever you want to do. I was going to name it San Jose, but I decided to change it to Francisco because I like that better. If you don't know, I was debating on changing my name to the San Jose Rycats rather than staying as the Kansas City Nidokings. That was actually before I made this art. And, pretty much, yeah, and I like Francisco better for it, so we're gonna name it Francisco. Anyways, this thing has got the Scarf with Volt Switch, Extrasensory, Thunderbolt, and HP Grass. So, Volt Switch is obviously so we can get a nice, pivot into anything. Only 2 Pokemon on his team are able to, like, you know, take that. Obviously, he's got the Gastrodon and the Flygon, which are both part ground types. I mean, Ampharos may get Volt Absorb. I'll have to check that. I know it gets Static, but we'll see. Extrasensory, because it hits that Mega Venusaur, which walls my stab pretty nicely. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else is hit super effectively for it. And he does have a, actually, excuse me, the Keldeo. That was wrong. Thunderbolt is because it's a nice stab move, and it hits everything for decent damage, obviously, except for the ground types. And Mega Venusaur will take that pretty well, and so will Ampharos if he ends up bringing it. And then HP Grass because of that Gastrodon, because otherwise this Gastrodon, like, frickin' walls me out. And I expect he'll predict that I will want to run the HP Grass in this thing. So, we're rocking max special attack, max speed with the Scarf, obviously, and a Tip of Nature so I can be as quick as possible. Azura and Francisco are both Scarfs, and they both have the same amount of speed. So, I'm just really hoping that things turn out well when it comes to this. So, anyways, guys, that is the team that I am bringing against my Turkey Sub and the Chicago Cubchoos. I'm kind of nervous for this match. I really want to do better than I did last week. We'll see what happens, but it's been a freaking rough and tough, like, it's just been a long week. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more, and let's go Nidokings!